Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
Hey, yo, friends, let's do it again. Hey, did the Raiders make the right move or did they make the wrong move? Let's talk about it.
What on low?
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good, YouTube? What's good, Raider Nation? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Again, hey, give y'all the Raider Twuan Brown Cracker salute. Day one is in the books. NFL free agency tampering period. We're now at day two. The Raiders have made some moves, good and bad, right? And we definitely need to talk about that. So shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody that's came in, everybody that is sticking with Raider Twuan. If you like the Raiders, definitely you want to subscribe to Raider Twuan, okay? Come on over, click the subscribe button, hit the like button, and say something in the comment section. Shout out to everybody in the chat that's getting it in, getting it flowing for your boy. We definitely are going to talk about these players from top to bottom, the ones that have been released to the ones that we actually recently added, for those that have missed all the updates, right? There's been a lot that's been moving. If you haven't been listening to Twitter and all the other platforms, you're going to miss some of this information. So I am here to give you that information and also let you know what I think about it. Let you guys know how I feel about the players coming in. First player, I'm not going to take too much longer. I'm just going to jump right in. It's Bilal Nichols, okay? So with Bilal Nichols goes over to the Cardinals for a 3-year, $21 million deal with the incentives of $14.4 million guaranteed. Okay, he goes, ladies and gentlemen, and goes and gets the bag. That's right, he goes and gets the bag. And to be honest with you, my personal opinion, in regards to Bilal Nichols, the price was way too high for the production that he gave us in regards to the Raiders, right? And I think for us, when he was coming over from the Bears, I think we thought that he was going to be a mainstay for us at the D tackle spot, and that wasn't necessarily the case. So with that being said, I it's okay that Bilal Nichols moves on, especially for that price. Production versus the paper, it gotta match up. I'm gonna say it again. Production versus the paper, it has to match up. And again, his production and this paper, I'm sorry, y'all, it ain't matching up. So good luck to Bilal Nichols with his new team. And yeah, that's all I gotta say in regards to Bilal Nichols. Especially, well, no, let me say this. Especially when we had other D tackles on the roster that were getting paid cheaper than him and actually was producing better. So again, paper versus production, didn't match up. Okay. Another person that never should have been on this team. Brian Hoyer. This guy, man, I'm so glad that he is no longer a Raider. Okay. He gets, of course, we get a 2.6 cap hit on 2024, but we also don't have to pay that $4 million and some change to a quarterback that never should have been on this team. Okay. Oh, Brian Hoyer. I think we all had heart attacks when the quarterback went down and Brian Hoyer was out there trying to act like he wanted to play quarterback. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad that we're moving on. And the sad thing about it is, even knowing where our quarterback room is or was when we let him go, that all the realistic option was in our room was Aiden O'Connell. I'm still saying peace out, Mr. Brian Hoyer. Okay. Another person. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy. Hey, look. This is my Raider gospel. You guys tell me what you guys think. Okay? This ain't no, this ain't no dictatorship. Okay? Here at Raider Twuan, you get to speak your piece as long as it's respectful. Okay? Don't be coming at me sideways, because I do got some gangsters. I'll just say it like that. Anyway, but you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think in regards to the players that I just talked about, okay? And I'm moving on because, hey, we let some people go, but we also brought some people in, okay? We also got rid of this guy right here. Jermaine Illuminor, okay? I'm going to let that sit there for a little bit. Jermaine Illuminor. And he goes to free agent guard Jermaine Illuminor, expected to sign a 2-year, $14 million deal with the Giants. Okay. Deal was negotiated and confirmed. Okay. So Jermaine Illuminor goes over to the Giants for 2 years with a 2-year, $14 million deal. Let's talk about Jermaine Illuminor just for a little bit. You talking about that lineman? Y'all tell me in the chat. I'm gonna just look at the bottom of the chat. Of course, I'm gonna read you guys' comments. Put a 1 if I should say something nice, or if I put a 0 if I should just go with the bad stuff first. Go bad first is a 0. Go 1. Say something nice. Okay. Let me know in the chat. I'm looking at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna read your guys' comments, a little later. But I want to see if you guys want me to. Okay. Hey, Jock Raider said 0. Ray Love said 0. Auntie 6 said 0. Okay. So Jermaine Illuminor. Man, I wish look, because I don't have them, you know what I'm saying? But he had them. He definitely had panties, because the panties were on the ground. Panties on the ground, panties on the ground. Jermaine Illuminor was looking like a fool because he was putting panties on the ground. How many times did we see Illuminor be the reason why we got a flag? And why? Why was it always at the wrong time? We about to score a touchdown. And here go Illuminor holding somebody that he shouldn't be holding. Man, this drives me crazy. I can't believe that Illuminor was on this team acting a fool and we thought it was okay. Man, Jermaine Illuminor looking like a straight up. Come on now. Hey, make it make sense for me, okay? How many times were we on offense? I know I did, but how many times were we on offense and we're driving down the field and all of a sudden here goes a flag and everybody, I know I did. As soon as I saw the flag, I was like, what did Jermaine Illuminor do? How many of y'all was like that? Tell me in the chat and tell me your Raider gospel. But tell me in the chat how many of y'all, every time a flag went down on offense, y'all automatically knew it was Jermaine Illuminor. Okay? That's why. There's some other reasons I could talk about, but I'm just going to keep it there. That's why he needed to be on the next Spirit flight up out of Vegas. And matter of fact, because, I am the chaplain, I do got to say something. I'll say something nice. Okay? Just because I'm the chaplain, I'll say something nice. Okay? But his versatility, when he actually did go to guard and he did play tackle when we were injured, I give him props for trying. But if we trying to build this team and if we trying to move on and make things better and grow, and again, like I always say, really build this team like it really should be built. Let me pull up a clip just for Jermaine Illuminor. Let me find the clip. Let me find the clip. This is me on a Sunday with Jermaine Illuminor.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You're killing me, dog. You're killing me. And it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. And I'll say this in regards to Illuminor too. He's going over to the Giants. Why? Because Carmen Brasillo's over there. Okay? And Carmen Brasillo likes him some. He likes him a little bit of that. Okay? He likes him a little bit of that. Okay. I will shout out to everybody in chat. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Why? Because I like you. And because I like you, there's actually some guys that have left that I actually do like. And here's one. I feel like I need to play the Boys to Men in the background. Why? Why? Amik Robertson. Woo. 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 All right. Amik Robertson. He is going to the Detroit Lions. Okay. He goes to the Detroit Lions for a 2-year, $9.25 million deal. Worth up to $10 million. 10.75 million. 10.75 million in incentives. So it's a 9.25, but it can actually go up a million and a half pretty much in incentives. Okay. So Amik Robertson goes to the Detroit Lions. Now, for those that have heard me talk about other teams in the league, I've always looked at the Detroit Lions as a team that was a young, scrappy team. And of course, they've had some success and they've made it to the playoffs. And they have a head coach in Dan Campbell, who's actually, he has a dog mentality about himself. So I see the fit. I see the fit for Amik over there for them. They also lost they lost Carlton Davis in free agency. So you see Amik going to the Lions. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I was being a little dramatic earlier, but I ain't gonna lie. This one hurts a little bit. As much as I wouldn't say that Amik is a primary primary starter at corner. He's definitely somebody that you want in your room. And with that being said, I've been always at bat for Amik, saying, when it came to, of course, we talk about who's going to fill out the 53. And I always said, hey, Amik's always going to get that last corner spot, which means there's going to be corners. Of course, there's probably going to be corners better than him on that depth roster, but Amik is never going to be out there on waiver wire, because Amik is that type of guy you want in the locker room. Amik is also a guy that his mentality, and swagger, it fits us like a glove. And I also will say this too, in regards to, yes, I love the Raiders, but I think his mentality will also fit with the Lions. So shout out to Amik again for all that he's done, as a Raider and for the Raiders. Yeah. I wish I could have some better words to craft. Let me sit on it. And maybe I might drop a video just for Amik, to tell him how much I appreciate his efforts as a Raider. But blessings to him, and hope he does well over there when he ain't playing the Raiders. Okay. Another person that has left, okay, is Josh Jacobs. Okay. Josh Jacobs. Okay. Signs to the Packers. 2-time Pro Bowler running back agrees to a 4-year, $48 million deal with the Green Bay Packers. Okay. So looking at the contract, obviously Josh Jacobs gets a long-term contract. Okay. He signed out for 4 years. And he's also getting the bag. Okay, 48 mil. Okay, is the bag for Josh Jacobs. So Josh Jacobs gets longevity and the bag over with the Packers. Also with Josh Jacobs is uniting himself again with Bisaccia. Bisaccia is the special teams coach over there. Not saying Josh Jacobs is going to play special teams because we know that he's going to be the feature back over there. But there's a familiar face over there. So shout out to Josh Jacobs for getting the bag. I was foreseeing that he was going to be here with us. But for that price, that you know, I feel like singing the Cut It song. The price is way too high. You need to cut it, right? Yeah, as much as I love, Josh Jacobs and what he's done for us as Raiders, that price, yeah, is just a little way too high. And good luck to him over there. Definitely good luck to him. When he ain't playing the Raiders. You feel me? So yeah, those are the guys that are actually been released and cut, or however you want to say it. They're moving on from the team. And again, these are all kind of hypotheticals in regards to, because they have not technically and fully put ink to paper. But if these contracts, if these situations and contracts fully come out, go out tomorrow, because tomorrow is actually the day when they can actually sign. Then that's what it is. Okay. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you guys have not. Why? Because I like you. And if you like the Raiders, go ahead and subscribe. Okay. If you like how I talk, if you feeling my vibe, you know what I'm saying? Definitely come on over, hang out with me. We go live, Tuesdays, most of the time, and Thursdays for sure. At least twice a week, if not 3 or 4 times a week. So definitely you do not want to miss any of my content, whether it's a video, short, or lives, because I do all 3. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you are not missing out on what we got going here at Raider Twuan. I'm glad you guys. Hey, look, I'm gonna say this. I'm glad you guys came back. I had some technical difficulties. Obviously, that video just kind of abruptly, and I gotta do some work behind. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Daniel Berry Sports, good to see you. Jayhawk Raider, good to see you. I see you. I see you in the chat. Holly, blessings to you, Queen. Raider Paul is in the building. Raphael, good to see you. Ray Love, good to see you. I'm just giving a quick shout out to everybody. D-Man, it's good to see you. Chad Schrader, good to see you, guy. Blessings to you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Auntie Six, good to see you. Blessings to you, my guy. I want to make sure I get everybody. Natural Born Raider Podcast. Dirty Raider. Blessings to you. Hope all is well, sir. SoCal Sal. Good to see you. Cool Cab, $2. $2. Cool Cab. Yes, sir. So, hey, look, we Raider Paul said he's gonna freeze his ass in Detroit. Hey, I look. You know, you talk about a Meek. You know, in Detroit. Yeah, that. I think they lit. I think they're in a dome. I think they're in a dome over there. Holly said, Meek, aka Hart. Yeah, hey, look, you know, he's a swagger, you know what I'm saying, that I felt like there's just certain people that needed to be in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? There's just certain people that I feel like no matter what's going on with the team, they just need to be in the locker room. And I know that some people have, you know, they talk about how, you know, some people talk about how, you know, Meek is short or whatever, but you know, the dog that's in him, you know what I'm saying, has him standing, you know, 6'10", you know what I'm saying? I'm reading your guys' chats, just going through it. You know what I'm saying? Just skimming through it. You know what I'm saying? If I miss your comment, I'm sorry. You know, put it in all caps or something like that, or you know, you can send it to me on IG or whatever, because I definitely want to move on, because I still have a a, a much more to cover. Black and Grayed Out, good to see. I see you right here at the bottom of the chat. And we'll definitely talk about, we talked about the guys that are not here, right? But shout out to the Raiders, and let me give y'all Raider Twuan Brown Cracker salute for that. There's definitely some guys that we brought in. Some of us might like it, some of us might not. Here's one. Andre James. Y'all know what name I want to call him, but and put that name in the chat. Andre James. Andre James. Center gets 3-year, $24 million deal with $16 million guaranteed. That's Andre James. Okay, Andre James gets a 3-year deal, $24 million, $16 million guaranteed. This guy, Andre James. Let me see if y'all know what I want to call him. Yeah, buddy. Who said it? Who said it first? Oh yeah. Let me put respect on it. Yes, sir. SoCal Sal. SoCal Sal said Andre negative 3,000. Yeah, y'all know what I call him. Y'all know what I call Buddy. Okay. So Andre 3,000, Andre negative 3,000 comes back to the Raiders for another 3 years. And of course there's movement there. They can let him go. Of course, the guarantees are 16. So the way that it looks like it's like almost like a 2-year deal with the you can get out of it in the third year. So I will say this. As much as I'm not a fan of it, the price isn't really that bad in regards to what the other guys are getting on the market. And because I still feel like and this might be where the Raiders go, but I think they also may still address center, in the draft. Or, they might have an eye on an undrafted free agent that they can bring in, allow that person to grow, mature, and then there will be a transition of center. But this move, y'all let me know what y'all think in regards to Andre James. I was about to say Andre negative 3,000. I'm just so used to calling him that. But let me know what you think of Andre James. And, not only just Andre James, but let me know how much, what you think about the money. Okay? I will say, like I said, I will also say that with that being said, the market, when you're talking about what are other people getting in comparison to what you have, right? Like some of these guys, they was getting, more. So out of the most recent pickups, and again, there's still a whole lot more to go. I think we're probably going to get I'm feeling that we're going to get at least another big, breaking pickup. But this one, I'm not too much of a fan of it. Okay. Next one. And I think you guys might like this one. If you don't like that picture, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm just saying. Gardner Minshew. Okay, we've added a quarterback to a room that pretty much only had one quarterback. So Gardner Minshew comes over. And actually, this is the Eagles when he was playing with the Eagles, but his most recent team was the Colts. But he comes over. The Raiders are signing quarterback Gardner Minshew to a 2-year, $25 million deal that includes 15 fully guaranteed. Okay? So, looking at the contract, it looks like it's really a 1-year deal. It is a 2-year deal, but they can get out of this deal after the first year. Okay? So pretty much what they can do is they can use him the first year, give him that $15 million, and then, hey, you can, You know, now that's all barring if either Minshew balls out for us and actually becomes our starter, and it's somebody that, Minshew's him, right? All that's possible. I'm not saying that he is him, but there's a possibility that he may ball out. We've seen players that we thought were washed and thought that couldn't get anything done do their thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and get the long-term deal, right? So, with that being said, they can pay him that 15 mil, you know, and send him his merry way next year. But I like this, Vic. I like this move in the situation of you're bringing in a veteran quarterback that still can get the job done if we need him to do it. Right? I'm not saying that we got the franchise, you know what I'm saying? He need to be on billboards all over Vegas and all of that. I'm not saying that in regards to Minshew. But can Minshew win us some games? I think so. Also, in regards to the locker room, I think that Minshew, you know what I'm saying, his grittiness, his swagger, his grind, I think that matches the vibe in our locker room. I don't think Minshew's going, you know what I'm saying, he might say some crazy stuff to somebody and, you know what I'm saying, might get slapped up in the locker room or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just liable for anybody. But I think that Minshew is a guy that could fit in well with this locker room. Whether he's the starting quarterback, whether he's the backup quarterback, even if he's the emergency quarterback. Because I still think that we're going to at least have 3 quarterbacks, if not on roster, dressed for, dressed on Sundays. But I'm not too mad at Minshew. I'm not too mad at Minshew. Let me know what you guys think. Again, Gardner Minshew comes over, gives us a little, and I'll say this too in regards to Minshew. Minshew's giving us a little quarterback insurance, something that we can rely on, when his name and when his number is called. And again, $15 million for him to be in competition and possibly be our starter. I'm not mad at it. And I'll say this: how much was we paying Jimmy G to be our backup? When it all boils down to it, right? How much was we paying Jimmy Garoppolo to be our backup? So, I'm okay with it. Let me look at the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Holly, good to see you. Minshew is mobile, okay? Yep. Something that AOC can't do. But hey, we already know, our head coach already said that there's going to be competition, and I think that's how we should play it out. I think it should be just straight up nothing but a good old, sling it and fling it in training camp. I think it should definitely be a sling it and fling it in training camp. And hey, may the best man win. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you guys have not. Thank you for coming in. We're gonna move on because I want to get to our last. Yep, it is our last guy. Our last guy, and I will say he's a big fish. Yes, sir. Christian Wilkins is in the house. Okay. Yes, we finally got a proven commodity right there in the middle of that D tackle spot. Christian Wilkins comes over. Okay. One of the top free agents off the market, as Dolphins star D tackle Christian Wilkins is headed to the Raiders, sources say. He gets four-year deal worth $110 million base value with incentives $84.75 million guaranteed. Okay? So pretty much I'll just round that up. He's getting 85 million guaranteed on a 110 base value. Okay? For 4 years. Okay? We got a D tackle in here for 4 years. Okay? If you guys have not checked out, some highlights, or if you guys haven't watched some tape on Christian Wilkins is a baller. Okay? He will not only be a good complement to Max Crosby and what Max Crosby brings to the table, but he also will be a guy in the locker room where, again, a good locker room fit. You know what I'm saying? You watch him. You know what I like about him is he does this little, Power Ranger move, but that's his thing. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing that. If you've been following Christian Wilkins since college, he's been doing that, for a while now. That's his thing. Kind of like Cleve Farrell. Cleve Farrell out of Clemson did his little fishing thing. Christian Wilkins, that was his thing. Is the Power Ranger thing. And I think definitely he's a huge fit for this team. Definitely, I think everybody has been screaming about how they wanted a D tackle in here. And guess what? We have addressed that. There also has been reports that have said that, he's not really a media guy. So we might not see too many things, for him media-wise, like, a whole bunch of interviews about him. He might do the introductory interview, of course. But outside of that, that's not his cup of tea. He just likes to come in, get his work in. And, I've also heard reports that he does talk is he talks on the field. He talks a lot of trash on the field to opponents, you know what I'm saying, to get in their face and get in, all the things that we talk about that we love about Max Crosby, you know what I'm saying? The let me say it, the Mahomes rules. Well, guess what? Christian Wilkins, he's going to be all about the Mahomes rules. He's going to be joining Max Crosby talking trash to all these quarterbacks about, how they going to, they're going to go down, and they must go down hard. Shout out to the latest and greatest Al Davis for saying that. But again, this is a huge piece. You know what I'm saying? There's some things in regards to even what we just talked about today about the cornerbacks, how Amik is left, which leaves two spots as a whole at the cornerback spot, DB spot. And I think we still need to address that. But I'm still confident in that, in the sense that if Wilkins Max Crosby, Tyree, and Coons are out there on the line on the line at the same time. That is a problem for the league, problem for these quarterbacks. They're having nightmares because when you line up those guys, you know what I'm saying? The weakest link on our line is Tyree, and we already know what physical specimen Tyree's going to be. And we could talk about Tyree and say, I believe that Tyree, yes, he's going to gain weight. Yes, he's going to learn everything that he needs to learn, and he's going to be a problem also on this line, because we know one thing, and we saw it last year, even with his injury, that Tyree has power on that line. So picture that. You got speed from Kuntz, okay? You got Max Crosby, enough said, okay? You got the anchor and Christian Wilkins in the middle of our D line, being disruptive and tearing stuff up. And then if Tyree doesn't do anything else but use his bull rush and push power back, you know what I'm saying? Power back that guard into the quarterback. Man, that is a problem for the league. Now, what I would like, and you guys can tell me, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to actually move on into the chat and see what you guys got. But, let me know what you guys think. I think we need to add a little more on our D line, like to really have a solidified rotation that, hey, we know that, players get injured. So what happens after Kuntz, Tyree, Christian Wilkins, and Max Crosby? You know what I'm saying? What if one of those guys goes down? Who's the next man up, right? We need to start looking at how we're feeling. It's good that we have everything on, and you guys will hear this from me moving forward in regards to building this team. But there's a we're top heavy. You know what I'm saying? We need to start filling out that depth behind, where when a guy gets hurt, it's like, hey, I ain't worried about it because, hey, we good, right? We good with the next guy that's coming in, right? So I'm gonna go into the chat, see what you guys got, because I've been yapping and I see a whole bunch of stuff going in. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you guys have not, make sure you guys hit the like button. I appreciate you guys coming in. This is I had some technical difficulties earlier, but I'm glad that you guys stay with your boy. Stay with me. And I'm gonna go up to the top because again I skipped some things, but I will again address everything, all the questions you guys got or comments. Okay. Shouting out. Yeah, I you said he's glad he's gone. Paul said bye. Hey, look, hey, some of these guys, and I don't know exactly who you guys are talking about because it was all the way at the top, but yeah, some of these guys, I'm glad they're gone, and it was time for it was time for them to move on. Chad Schrader, yeah, Twuan, I hope your Raiders get a quarterback in the draft. Yeah, Minshew's okay. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not saying, we're automatically tagged, you know what I'm saying? And people that know Chad Schrader is not a Raider fan, but he supports the Raider Twuan channel, and he's definitely welcome over here, and he's definitely a part of the congregation. So thank you for being a part of the congregation. And yes, I'm not saying that Minshew is going to be our starter, but he could be our starter if he beats out everybody in in the room. I think right now, like you said, and what I've been saying is where we were, Aiden O'Connell's already on roster. We had to get a quarterback in free agency, and we need to also address quarterback in the draft. So that's 3 quarterbacks right there. You know what I'm saying? There's another guy, but I'm not really even really looking at him like that. For anything big, you know what I'm saying, whether starter or the primary backup. Look at where our situation's at. I've been saying this too in regards to our situation at depth, right? We, as much as we still need to get quarterback, there's depth there where I'm not going to have a heart attack if Aiden O'Connell is our backup. I'm not going to have a heart attack if Minshew is our backup, right? So we're slowly getting better in our quarterback room, but I think definitely, like you said, I think we're all assuming and hoping that that quarterback is addressed at in the draft. You guys were giving the O's because I was talking about Luminor. Hey, yeah. Hey, look, Luminor, yeah, that dude. That part, right? That part. Y'all was giving me Holly said she gave me a whole bunch of zeros. Like, hey, let me know about that dude Luminor. Blessings to Holly. Got much love for Holly. Holly, we need to talk. We need to talk. Nothing bad. We just need I need to catch up with you. I haven't caught up with you in a while. All right. Okay. Hey, thanks for the update, Holly. We just re-signed Kalai Muaga. I don't think, to be honest with you, I think that's just a depth. You know what I'm saying? Might be just a camp. I gotta look into it a little more, but I think he's just more of a camp body. Because he's actually been that name. He's been moving in and out of the roster. Like we let him go, he comes back. We let him go, he comes back. So we'll see. We definitely, to be honest with you, Holly, we also, I think that's another room that we need to take a look at, especially on the top end, is linebacker. Because for me, after Spillane and Diablo, who do we really got, right? And there's some veteran guys that are still out on the market, that we can address and go after and get. But again, it all boils down to how much they're asking, right? What price are they looking at, right? And if the price is right, we need to go ahead and get it. Like I said earlier, and some of you guys might have missed that, when production, the production and the paper, they got a match. You know what I'm saying? And we're starting to see that with Telesco. If you start watching some of these contracts in which we're signing guys, the paper and the production, the past production, okay? The paper and the past production, they match. Okay? Christian Wilkins, as much as that's a whole lot of money, the production and the paper, it matches up. Especially when you start looking at the other primary, premier defensive tackles that are coming out in, free agency. What did Jones just get? You know what I'm saying? So when you start looking at those certain things, it again, production and paper, it got to match up. Dirty Raider is in the building. Shout out to him. Cool Kev said Illuminor is eating Meadowland. He's eating Meadowland hot dogs. Thanks, D Menace. If you need prayer, hit me up on IG at Twuan TWUAN TWUAN. There goes the link to my IG. Then you can hit me on my IG and send me your prayer request. Or if you guys have any Raider questions, you can also send me those on IG if I'm not live. Because I know some certain things come up, you know what I'm saying? You guys might be reading something. You guys like, dang, I wonder what Twuan thinks about this. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up, and let, then I'll do my best, based on my schedule, do my best to respond to you. I think I'm pretty good at responding to people. So if you hit me up, I'll do my best to respond. Mm-hmm. Megan's gonna ball in the D. Pause. And yeah. Me and you, Dirty, have always talked about Amik, in positive fashion. I think as much as I think he would fit, as much as he fits with the Raiders, I could really see him with the Lions. Yeah, the Lions are short at DB, so he has a job for a fact. Yeah, I don't think, and I think he also factored that in too. Like, okay, over here, like, and let's be honest, Amik was never going to be a starter, like a 1-2, or we never projected Amik to be a 1-2 for us. He was going to be either a 3 or 4 corner for us, right? He was going to come off the bench, you know what I'm saying, when we needed him, or, you know what I'm saying, in certain situations like that. Not saying that he couldn't, but over there with the Lions, they got rid of Jeff Okudah. They got rid of, you know what I'm saying, Davis, Carlton Davis. So Amik might actually, and I'm, some of us might be alluding to it, but Amik might actually start over in Detroit, something that he wasn't going to be able to do over here. So was it money or the opportunity to actually be a starter? Because what happens is, check this out. Amik goes over, and this could possibly what happens. Amik can go over there on that contract, become a starter for them. And then when contract negotiations come up, he could be like, hey, I'm a starter for y'all. Y'all need to come with the bag. Or I'm going to move on. And the other team that's been watching me from afar saying, oh, he started for the Lions? Okay, we can bring him over here. And because we bringing you over here, slide you that money. So, I as much as I wanted Amik over here, am I mad at it based on the money and the situation, like the circumstance that he put himself in? Not at all. Amika's cheap labor, Raiders wasn't willing to pay for. And I think, like I said, I think Kukev, I think it's just the opportunity. Of course the money. I think we might have even offered him. It might have been a little less than that. To be honest with you, we don't know. We're all trying to figure it out. But looking at that contract and looking at what the Lions got over there as to why he agreed to that, he set himself up to be a starter, something that he really wasn't projected to be over here. I think we all here at the Raiders, we thought that he was going to just be, we saw him as a reliable depth piece. So, Cleveland Farrell to Washington. Okay. Cool Kev ain't a fan of Amik. Yeah, like I said, I'll get down to it. Ray Love says something. Okay, Ray Love doesn't like Amik either. Okay, I'm glad that bum Amik is gone. Giving up 70-yard touchdown. Uh-huh. Okay. Black and Grayed Out said Minshew. Damn. Hey, look, I don't think and let me say this too with Black and Gray. I don't think Minshew's the end all be all. But, like I said, I think he could be I think he's a insurance policy. Whether, because again, like you say, okay, so we wanted somebody mobile. Minshew's mobile. Other things that Let me get some more brown crackers because I feel like we need to talk. All the things that we don't like about Aiden O'Connell, Minshew can do. So, because of that, it's one of those situations where, like I said, it's not an end-all, be-all. It's just another person in the room. And mind you, not too long ago, we had Jimmy Garoppolo and Brian Hoyer in that room. And I think Minshew's better than both of those guys. So, it's definitely up for interpretation. And, I'm not saying that, Minshew's gonna, we're gonna be a dynasty because of Minshew. But we got to fill out this room. And also because Antonio Pierce, our head coach, has said he wants competition, this still creates a competition. Matador James. Hey, y'all know, you know what I say? Andre negative 3,000. Okay? So that move for me, I'm giving a side-eye emoji on that one. Andre James is come on, bro. Hey, what Andre James need to do, he need to hit the weights. That's exactly what Andre needs to do. He needs to hit the weights. Tired of seeing him get pushed back like that. And he definitely gonna get that work. He definitely gonna get that work in practice now because he got Christian Wilkins right in front of him. He can't block Christian Wilkins. So again, yeah, hey, Holly, just like remember when Mayer, our tight end, we all released the facts that he got baptized at practice because Max Crosby gave him the business. Well, we're gonna hear reports that Christian Wilkins is giving Andre James the business. Not saying that Andre James is going to line up exactly right in front of Christian Wilkins, but Christian Wilkins is going to know, hey, it's easy money if I go to the inside. If I go past the center, that's easy money. So he gonna learn, or he just gonna get whooped. Either way. Ray Love said Andre James is a bum too. Oh, he said we should have kept Hudson. Hey, boo, how you doing? Shout out to Mike G in the building. Yeah, in regards to Minshew, Black and Grayed Out, you said we overpaid. To be honest with you, if we're only paying $15 million for him, I don't know. I don't know. Because that's all that's guaranteed to him. So again, that's what I'm saying. $15 million for 1 year. Maybe we need to look at what the quarterback market is for a quarterback. And then factor that. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you guys have not. If you guys like, if you can pick up what I'm putting down, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Please make sure you guys share this out. I wasn't able to share this live. Andre James equals a sack of potatoes. Hey, don't disrespect. Hey, Sal. Don't have me kick you out. Okay? Don't disrespect potatoes like that. Let me stop. Hey, don't disrespect potatoes like that. All right? You heard? So, hey, Sal, don't disrespect me saying Andre James is equal to potatoes. You heard? Yeah, I agree with you. It's not my favorite move. It really isn't. Yeah, and see, but we already know that. We've been seeing that. And that's why I think, Cool Kev, I think it's time that, Andre James get some more protein and gain some weight. Cause what he's been doing, it ain't cracking. It really ain't. Mustache Mafia. He's talking about Minshew. Raider Paul said he want Drake May or Bo Nix, huh? Okay. Kukev said Aiden better do well at camp or else he will be eating banquet fried chicken on. Hey, yeah, I think Aiden already knows that he's on notice, and I think that's a good thing. I believe that with Aiden O'Connell, I think that Aiden O'Connell's going to be ready. He's going to be ready to give whatever quarterback in that room a run for their money. Whether it's our free agent or the guy we end up drafting. And be surprised that you might see another, another quarterback. Ozzy, good to see you. Uncle Rico may not be the world's best quarterback, but he at least plays with grit. Hey, and I think that's like I said earlier, I think that's one of the reasons why, we took a look at Minshew, because he's a gritty guy. Fits the swagger of this team. Like, like remember when Gruden and Mayock were talking about, oh, we need guys of character, da 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 da. Well, there's a certain character that Coach Antonio Pierce is trying to create in a culture in which he's building here with the Raiders. And the guys he's bringing in, you can tell they're all fitting that line. You know what I'm saying? That realm of swagger and team. So I like it. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at it. I can't be mad at it. So Cal Sal said Wilkins needs to manhandle James in practice. To strengthen him up. Hey, look, iron sharpens iron, right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, beat him up or get beat up, right? Either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you don't run your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You don't run your mouth because you don't know what somebody else got, right? So the same thing. Like, he's gonna have to, toughen up. Maybe there's some things that he needs to learn. Let's be honest. Andre James hasn't been playing center his whole career. So there's things that he's still trying to figure out too. But, personally, I feel like we need a center that actually plays center. I've been saying that and wanting that to take place for our team. But that really wasn't the case. So, hey, nephew, good to see you. Good to see you, nephew. Blessings to you. He said a Meeks price, jersey price stayed the same. Yes, sir. I'm looking at what you guys got here. Yeah, hey, look, this is the other thing, shout out to Raider D. Good to see you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you have not. Blessings to you, sir. We I think we've all kind of had that in our minds that Jimmy G was on the next Spirit flight smoking, and I don't know why it was taking so long, you know what I'm saying? But obviously there's certain things that maybe they were holding on to him to possibly maybe get some picks out of it or something like that. But yeah, Jimmy G's on his way out, and I'm glad that he's out. That was an experiment that went completely wrong. And yeah, I'm glad that we're having people in here that can actually do something for us, right? And I think Jimmy G will find his way on another team's team. I don't know if it'll be at a starter capacity, but I know that he will be somebody that another team will want to take a look at and maybe kick tires on. But for this team, yeah, that ain't popping. Also, with the cut of Jimmy G, I believe it's also going to free up some money. So that gives us a little more money in free agency to play around with. Especially since it looks like we ain't got to pay Josh Jacobs either, because I remember when that report came out of him, violating and that, violating the medication policy, Jimmy G, that there was like $11 million or something, that we could get back. And I was like, well, hey, throw that $11 million at Josh Jacobs or whatever, right? Or, a part of that $11 million. Because I personally felt like with Josh Jacobs that we should just, the contract should be single digits. It shouldn't be double digits. So, with that, 11, could we bring in another pass rusher? Can we bring in that corner? So, we'll see what Telesco does. It seems like Telesco, I like Telesco in the sense that he's willing to go after guys. But again, like I said, the production and the paper, they got to match. And I like that. How many years have we brought in guys and completely reached, you know what I'm saying? Because we just so wanted him to come over here and save the day for our team. Those days seem like is no longer. And that's a good thing. NorCal Raider Jesse, good to see you, sir. Trying to make sure I get everybody's comments and chats. I can't wait for the day that I become monetized, so that when you guys send super chats, I can actually, those will pop up clearer, and then I don't have to, like, especially if it's like a legit, like, hey, Twuan, what do you think about this question? Like, I love that aspect of it, even though I like your comments, whether you guys pay for them or not. Appreciate it. Also, let me say this while we got, make sure you hit the like button. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? That is the goal for monetization. But what I'm doing here at Raider Twuan is, and let people know that if Raider Twuan, the channel, gets up to 500 subscribers, a lucky subscriber will get a pair of black Air Forces. Okay. I said that. I've been saying that for a couple of lives now. So please, if you have not subscribed, but if we can get to 500 subscribers by week 1, okay? If we can get to 500 subscribers by week 1, a lucky subscriber will get a pair of black Air Forces. Okay? And again, some people say, I don't want black Air Forces, right? Well, what you can do is, like I say all the time, you're a blessing, be a blessing to someone else, right? So if you don't want them, that you ain't got to tell me what you about to do with them. But if you, when it comes to whoever the winner is, you can tell me whatever size that person you want them to go to, then I could buy whatever size, and you can be a blessing to whoever. So if you have somebody in mind that you want to, ask them their shoe size, then when I give you, hey, you won, you be like, oh yeah, size 9. Okay, well, size 9 is not your size, but it's whoever. So you can do whatever you want to do with them. But yeah, so 500 subscribers by week 1. New subscriber, or not new subscriber, but lucky subscriber, gets a pair of black Air Forces. Okay. So cool Kev can get some Air Forces. NorCal Raider Jesse, he might already have some black Air Forces, but he might, he might want a fresh pair. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we will definitely do that. Ja Raider, good to see you. Blessings to you, sir. Hope all is well. I think I got all the questions, you guys. Lakers 5. Salute to you, sir. Okay, I'm going to scroll to the bottom. Make sure I didn't miss anything. If you guys have any questions, put Twuan in all caps, because I've been scrolling this whole time because I want to make sure I answer everything that you guys got. But in regards to the things that I said, the guys that are currently not on our roster, I understand why. And I think it's good to look at why, they're not on the roster, whether it's a money situation, whether it's an opportunity for a promotion, right? those are all things we have to look at. And I think all the moves that we released and let go, they all made sense. They all made sense. They're showing Bo Nix's pro day, okay, on NFL Network right now. Okay. Milka Beasley, good to see you, sir. Eric the Eric the Haters Hunter. Hey, good to see you. Who would who wouldn't want a fresh pair of Air Forces? Hey, I'm just saying, no, and what it is, Eric, is, some people, that may not be their style, or maybe they know somebody, maybe they know somebody that doesn't have shoes. Like for an example, and we could talk about this because I'm while people have questions. I used to work for a company. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want you guys to be, but I used to work for a company where some of the kids just didn't have. You know what I'm saying? That whether parents struggle or whatever the situation is, or for an example, I was coaching because people know that I coach. So one time, well, there's been a few times, but I'll just this one time, there was this kid on my team, on my basketball team, and he would come to practice, and I noticed, and they were like those vans. The vans that, the tie-up vans, not the ones you slip on, but the ones you tie up. He had those on. And they were, you could tell they were worn out. But those were his school shoes. Those were his PE shoes. And they were also what he would play basketball games on Saturdays. Because it was like, it wasn't connected to the school. So it was like a recreational league, at a school. But he would literally wear the shoes he wore to school, wear the shoes that he wore, you know what I'm saying? Obviously to gym at school. But on Saturdays, on the Saturday basketball game, he would be wearing the same shoes. And, I asked him, I didn't say in front of, embarrass him or anything. Like me and him were like together, in a place where it was just me and him, where nobody could, people could see us, but they couldn't hear us. I'll say it like that. So I asked him, I was like, hey, do you have some, do you have some other shoes that you can wear on Saturday? Because again, the Vans, they don't protect your ankle. So that's how I went about it. I said, hey, do you have any shoes that protect your ankle? And he's like, these are the only shoes I have. And that immediately, put a light bulb, turn the light bulb on. Because some people don't know where to go get shoes, but you can get some good basketball shoes for like $20. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the outlet store or whatever, right? So what I did is I went to go buy, I knew, he told me what size he wore. And I went to go get him some shoes because I knew that obviously he wasn't able to afford it. So that's why, yeah, anybody could want, anybody could have some, anybody who doesn't want black Air Forces. Well, there might be somebody that out there that, or child that might need some shoes, and that is a way that you can be a blessing to them, right? But that's only if you're the lucky winner. And if, again, Raider Twuan gets to 500 subscribers by week 1. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. And please, if you guys can, share this to your friends and family. Did he answer that? Chad, did you answer that question? How did you feel about the trade? Milka Beezy, I'm happy he's gone from the team. He was too much. Now, what player are you talking about? Because I'm lost. Chad. Because I know you're not a Raider fan. You're I forgot what team it was. You told me, but I'm drawing a blank on what that is. I hear you situations like that, but I wasn't thinking that way. Because of forces. Yeah, hey, but I'm just saying, like, it could be for you, it could be for somebody else. It doesn't matter to me. I just, like I said, if some whoever may be feeling that way. John Leon, good to see you. I see you in the chat. Jaw Raider. AP met with Daniels, Caleb, Penix, JJ, Travis Spencer. That's it. They never met with Bo Nix. They never reached out to him for a talk. Simple. AP don't want Nix. By why? I mean, that's still some people feel like Nix is a guy, some people don't, and that's their that's their Raider gospel. Hey, blessings, Paul. Take care, man. I hate getting anxious waiting to see what's next. Hey, look, there's so many moves out there, and there's so many possibilities of what can possibly happen in regards to the Raiders. It will drive you crazy. It will literally drive you crazy. Hey, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. You know what I'm saying? I actually want to check out the whole little Bo Nix and see what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? See if he's spinning it or what he's doing with his life. But again, you guys, thank you guys. If you need prayer, hit me up on IG at Twuan, TWUAN. Please be an organ donor. It means a whole lot to me and a whole lot to this Raider channel. If you guys consider being an organ donor, all the links and descriptions are always in the description of this video. I'm going to make some changes, and add a thumbnail and all that stuff. Change the thumbnail that was supposed to be for this live on this live, and do all that behind the scenes. But this will be out for your viewing pleasure. Please go ahead and share. Also, remember that you are a blessing. Okay? Be a blessing to someone else. And let's go. Oh, yeah, hit the like button.
You fucking cold.
Let me look in the camera, do it. Hey, you guys go ahead and hit them likes. Why? Because I like you. All right, you clip that one right.
Remember, you're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And let's go, Raiders.
What up, low?
Today is a day when our heroes of the past become our legends of the future. Time never really stops for the great ones. We wrap them in a cloak of immortality and remember what great people they were. We recognize you, Virginia Madden, his sons Mike and Joey. They were a football family, so that John can pursue his dreams. To Raider Twuan and a tribute to John Madden and Al Jacobs, who declared that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.